Hey, Roland here from BackyardsmokedMeats.com, and we got another episode for you on smoking salmon today. We've got 5 fillets from the Great Northwest, and we are going to brine them for about 6 hours, air dry them for a couple hours, and put them in the smoker. And this should be something that you can do pretty easily in your own backyard. So let's get started and show you the process. Alright, to get started, we're going to just take the skin off of the back of a couple of these. We're going to do a couple with them skin on and a couple with the skin off. And so, if you just get your knife underneath the tail part here, you can just push your knife all the way flat against the board here and just cut all that skin right off right next to the board there. Take that off. So you can see it's just a nice clean skin. Just toss that away. And there's going to be some pin bones in here, so with a nice pair of clean needle nose pliers, you can just see those pin bones right there. When they flay them, they don't take those out. You can just grab a hold of it with your needle nose pliers and just pull it right out of there. Kind of like that. It'll just make the eating experience a lot better. Alright, we got the salmon fillets all opened up, and some of them are skin, some of them left off, got all the pin bones out of them, but I wanted to go over the briming recipe with you a little bit here. We got, for the brine, I got it all in here ready to go, but we used like 2 quarts of apple juice, along with like 6 ounces of soy sauce, half a cup of kosher salt, half a cup of brown sugar, a half a tablespoon, or teaspoon, I'm sorry, of onion powder, and a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, as well as a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and 2 or 3 whole bay leaves. That makes up the brine recipe. And so we're going to just cut these into like pieces of thirds, and that way we're going to have like 3 different sizes. The tail's going to be, quite a bit thinner, so it won't take as long to cook or as long to brine as much as the head part would. So we'll get those all chopped up, and then we're going to put them in a bag and then sit them in the refrigerator for about 6 hours, and we'll see how they turn out when we get them out. Okay, we got our salmon here that's been briming in the bag for about 6 hours now with the briming solution, and I got some of the trays that we're going to use for letting it smoke on the smoker racks, and I just sprayed them a little bit with some olive oil just so it doesn't stick. And we'll get this all rinsed off in a lot of cold water, a lot of cold water. I get all that salt off of there. And we're going to pat it dry with some paper towels, just make sure it's nice and dry. And we're going to let it air cool in front of a fan actually for a couple hours just to make sure it's completely dry, because that just makes the best smoked salmon. So we'll get to work on that, and we'll check back in a minute. Alright, here we are back on the back porch again, and we've got our salmon fillets all cut up and ready to go. They've been brined for about 6 hours, and I patted them dry with some paper towels, and we got them all air dried in front of the fan for about 2 hours. 3 separate racks. There's a couple that are skinless, some that are skin on, and the thinnest ones are up at the top, the thickest ones down at the bottom. And we have an amazing smoker down here, which is just a maze type of thing that you can see. So you light them on this end here, and it slow burns. It just gives a nice white to nice blue smoke without over smoking anything. And this thing here will last for about 10 hours in your smoker, so it gives it a nice slow smoke, which is what we want. We're only going to be smoking this for about 3.5 to 4 hours, maybe at the max. I also do have the smoker tray ready to go here, and we're going to use the Mies, which is a master-built electric smoker, and we're going to leave all the vents completely open because we don't want no moisture in there at all. We have no moisture in the water tray, and like I said, we have this at 100 degrees right now, and we're going to set that for like about an hour, And then we're going to go up at about 20-30 degrees every half hour after that until we reach about an internal temperature of about 138, 140, and we'll see how it looks from there, and maybe ready to take out. We'll check the temperature when it gets that way, and we'll see when we get there. Alright, our smoked salmon got all done. We ended up cooking to about 145 degrees, and it took about a little over 4 hours, 4.5 hours. But this has been sitting in the fridge actually overnight now, so it's all cooled off and ready to go. And all we're going to do from here is cryo vac it with a little sealer and cryo vac in bags. And stick it in the freezer for, those last in your freezer a couple of years with no air in them at all. That's why I just love the cryo vac machines. So anyway, we've got some good eats here and good snacking to share with some of our families and friends, and we hope you enjoyed the episode here. And if you got any questions, just leave us a comment. We'll get back to you. And we hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for checking out BackyardsMokedMeats.com.